You are in pain. You are in pain because of something someone has said to you, or you're in pain because of a circumstance in your life right now that's hurting you, or you're in pain because of your own thoughts and your own mind is causing you suffering. Today in this video, we're going to look at the mindful way or the mindful approach to processing and healing emotional pain. Hello and welcome. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchroshakti. Let's begin. So in this video, we're basically going to take 5 main topics. Topic number 1, why you are feeling hurt. It's important to know this because it can help you in the future in order for you to process pain a lot faster. Number 2, what not to do when you are in pain. Number 3, we're going to know how to locate the emotional pain that you're going through, how to locate it in the body. Number 4, we're going to look at how to dissolve or to heal this emotional pain. And number 5, how often to do this process in order to clean out and release so much of your emotional pain. So if this video is for you, it's a training. So take your notebook, pen, start making notes and watch till the end so you can make the most out of this video. So let's begin by finding out why you are feeling pain. So we're going to do a little quiz now. So take out a notebook or you can just do this on the chat and tell me. Quiz question number 1. You are feeling hurt right now because you have judgment towards that situation or towards the person that you are suffering. So judgment is when you say this is bad, this person is bad, this situation is bad. When you see it as a bad thing, you're judging it. If you're judging it, just type yes in the chat, okay? Second question, you're resisting the situation or this person. Resistance means I don't like this, I don't want this, I hate this, I wish it was never in my life, I want it to get out of my life immediately, stop it. It's a push against what is happening right now. The push against is resistance. So if you're resisting the situation, just type yes in the chat, okay? Third question, you're making a meaning out of the situation. So you're making the meaning that this situation or this thing means that I'm not good enough. It means that my life is doomed. It means that I'll never be happy again. It means that nothing good will ever happen to me. Or making some sort of meaning out of that situation. It means that the universe has disowned me. This meaning that you're making out of the situation is also causing you pain. So if you're making meaning out of the situation, just type yes in the chat. So we're going to calculate the total number of yeses. Number 4, you're also thinking about all the past times in your life when you felt the same pain. So for example, when we are in pain, let's say you got rejected or you got hurt, we tend to bring up all the past experiences or past moments where we felt something similar, and so we remember those and we add it to the current pain, the past pain plus the current pain, and we suffer even more. So if that is also what's going on in your life, in your mind right now, you're thinking about all the past times where the similar thing has happened, just type yes. And quiz question number 5 is, you are identifying as a victim. Identification as a victim is when you feel powerless to the situation and powerless to the people, and you're at a position where you feel something has been done to you and you can't fight against it, or you can't move past it, or you can't move through the situation in an empowered way. So if you're feeling like a victim to the situation, just type yes. So if you take this quiz of 5 questions and you got even one yes, that is the reason why you are suffering this. And we can also learn how to not suffer a situation and to process pain, but we'll get into that later. So now let's go to the second part, which is, what are you not supposed to do when you're in pain? When we are in pain, our instant reaction or the instant thing we want to do is to get rid of the pain. So some of us will try to fly over the pain using logic. Some of us will suppress it and push it down through addiction. We'll maybe be scrolling, doom scrolling on social media, or we'll be relapsing into addictions to numb out the pain. Some of us will repress it to the point where it starts appearing as a physical disease, physical symptoms of ill health. Some of us will try to force ourselves to think positive or push away the emotion in some form or bury it in some form. That is the first thing you're not supposed to do when emotions are coming up, because they are here for a reason. This is energy in motion. They're coming up to be released. So if you suppress emotions, it's going to express itself some way, some form, usually at the wrong place. It's like taking bad food and now that food is coming up and you want to puke it out, but you try to suppress it. It's going to fester and eventually it's going to come out in the worst place at the worst time, right? Emotions are the same way. So we don't suppress them or disown them when they come up. We process them, and that's what we're going to look at now. So first, let's identify where in the body are we feeling this pain. So some of you, if you're in pain right now, you can close your eyes and tune into the body and notice what is really happening inside the body when you're processing pain. Now, pain here refers to any negative emotion. I hope you've seen my video right before this, which was why people choose to abuse you. If you saw that video, I mentioned about pain being any negative emotion. That could be hurt, anxiety, jealousy, absolute anger, rage, any sort of negative emotion, we're calling it pain. So whatever pain you're feeling right now, you can tune into the body and notice how it's appearing in your body. Now, some of you might feel it as a heaviness in your chest. Some of you might feel it as an anxiety in your stomach. Some of you might feel it as a pressure in your head or like a headache or even a dizziness. Some of you will feel it like a lot of stuff in your back. Maybe there's a stuck energy in your back, or maybe there's pain and pressure in your back. Some of you might feel it in your knees. Some of you may not feel it in any specific place, but you'll feel it all around your body. You have this sense of lowness, as though there's like this blanket put inside your body and you're not sensing any specific emotion, but you just sense that you're low. So this is the first step, is identifying where in the body do I actually feel it. Okay, so there are different types of sensations. Pain comes in the form of energy. You can feel stuck energy, some weird movement, like butterflies in the stomach or a lump in your throat. It also comes with a very physical, strong feeling of pain, actual physical pain. How do you know the difference? It doesn't matter. If you can learn to observe it and it dissolves as you're watching it, doesn't matter if it was physically caused or emotionally caused pain. You feel the pain, you can sit and observe that. So now let's look at how can we dissolve this emotional pain. Very first rule, this is the rule I teach in my paid courses, and I'm telling you this for free, but also to make, even if this is given for free, take it as though you paid $1 million to learn this first main principle. The first main principle of healing emotional pain is to not resist it. Pain is uncomfortable. You're not going to want to look at it. You're going to want to suppress it and numb it out. But I'm telling you to walk into it, to not resist it, to embrace it like a crying child is coming crying to you. If a child is coming crying to you or complaining about why it's angry or why it's feeling jealous, will you just slap the child and be like, shut up, stop it? Or will you hold the child's hand and listen to it? It's the same thing we're doing. Hopefully you hold the child's hand and listen to it. We're doing that to ourselves for our own emotions. So we're not going to judge the emotion as bad, no matter how intense the pain is. And we're not going to judge. It's just energy. It's stuck energy. And we're not going to resist it. We're not going to tell it to stop, go away now, dissolve quickly. If you don't dissolve in the next 2 hours, I'm done with you. Don't do all that. Allow it to dissolve in its own time. Our job is to get comfortable and to be able to observe the feelings in our body without judging it, resisting it, and to embrace it like it's a crying child. Now, let's look at the steps. The very first step of actually processing emotional pain is to get very present. So get into your body and notice that there's an actual physical body here, because when you're in pain, you're up in your head, you're complaining and condemning, you're criticizing, getting hurt, you're having a lot of dialogue. How could she say this? Why is this happening? What's going on in my life? I need to end my life, or whatever's going on in your head. We need to get out of that and get into the body. That's the first part. So get into the body and notice what's happening inside your body. Notice you have arms and legs. So that's the first step, is get into the body. The second step is find out whether you feel this emotion in your upper body or lower body. This is where we begin to identify where the emotion is, because a lot of people cannot feel their emotions. They've numbed out. They've burnt it out of their nervous system. It's just something that they can't sense. So if you know you're feeling low, just ask the question, where am I feeling this? Is it in my upper body or is it in my lower body? And at least by that way, your conscious mind can show or bring the light to where you're actually feeling it. Now, wherever you're feeling it, maybe you're feeling it in your chest, maybe it's in your stomach, maybe it's in your throat, maybe it's in your head, maybe it's all over the place, maybe it's 500 different sensations. Wherever you're feeling it, hug all of those sensations. Then pick the one that is calling your attention the most, which is calling your attention the most. Now, like you're watching TV, you notice that sensation. You can give it a shape if you want to. This is just so that it's easy to notice. So let's say it's a lump in your throat or there's a pressure on your forehead. Give it a shape. What shape would it have? Maybe it's like an amoeba type of shape, or maybe it's a square or whatever. Give it a shape. By the way, again, I have to reiterate, this is very powerful, so don't take it as just another free video. If you're really into this, practice it. So you hug that sensation and you watch and you breathe with it. As you watch and you breathe, you'll notice that the sensation will do a few things. Either it will intensify a lot and then begin to come down, or it will immediately start dissolving, or it will start moving around. It will change its form, it will start changing its shape, it will start moving around. It's energy that is stuck. You will watch it and give yourself an hour a day to be able to do this. Not something you have to do every day, but it's something that especially if you're processing through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, it's good to take some time out in your day to sit and observe. You don't have to bring up any memory. You don't have to bring up anything. Sit with what is already here in your body. There's already something. If there's nothing you can find, then only you bring up the person or the situation in your mind, and then go back into the body and notice what's going on. You observe it and you breathe through it and you breathe through it until it begins to dissolve. Now, this is the basic process, but there's a lot of stuff that will come up. This is why I want you to know that when I teach this in my academy, my students take 1 year to master this tiny little thing I just told you, because there's many things that will happen. Number one, your identification with the victim. So those thoughts will keep adding more cascades of emotions in your body. So you need to know how to switch that off. Your general noise that is going on in your mind, that's not allowing you to be focused on the body, to learn how to switch that off. You also will notice that pain releases in layers. So it will seem like you have released the pain and then you get triggered again, and you'll say, I just worked on this, why is it still there? Because there are layers in which it releases. The other things that can happen is that it takes time. It doesn't dissolve in one shot. So some pain bodies, they dissolve in one shot, like in one sitting, they're gone. That anxiety you were dealing with related to that coworker, or that lump in your throat related to something someone said, it dissolves almost within an hour, and you have this amazing perspective towards that person. You have this deep sense of understanding of that situation, which is forgiveness, because you're not suffering it anymore. Sometimes that can happen within the hour, but sometimes it takes time. Certain pain bodies take months to clean, even a year or more to clean up. We are not interested in how long it takes the pain to release. We are interested in becoming friends with the pain and to be able to sit with it and be comfortable with observing pain. That is what we are trying to build. The more present you are generally in your day-to-day life, we by the way we have courses on these things. So this is, again, I'm just kind of sharing the very surface of it, but that's as far as I can share on a YouTube video, which is within a certain time limit. If you are interested in studying mindfulness and healing pain, you can contact my team. I'm not selling you anything, not putting a link here. Contact my team. My team will then qualify and see whether our programs would be right for you. But we have mindfulness programs on healing pain. So there are many things that can happen. But remember, I have this joke in class. If you try to heal a pain that has come up in relation to a person or a situation 33 times, not really 33 times, I just threw the number 33 times, it has no significance. It means if you do it long enough, you will notice that the pain dissolves. How do you know if you're healed? You know, because when you think of that person or you think of that situation, nothing comes up. In fact, there's an understanding. There's a totally different perception you have on that situation. In fact, you feel compassion for that situation and you actually move past it. That's how you know you've healed. So it's a journey between being so full of pain and trauma to coming to that point. And that journey is being able to sit with that pain and to dissolve it. Okay? So that is everything related to how to transmute pain into peace using mindfulness. I should let you know, doing this process alone, slightly dicey because you wouldn't know what to expect. So I'm giving you a free service right now. I have put my team's email ID in the description. When you're going through this process of observing pain and trying to dissolve it, reach out to my team when you have questions. I will not charge you, it will be free. Because we have paid programs where people study this and then it's me, I'm guiding them. I can't do that for thousands of people who are watching online, but I can keep my team's email ID here so you can reach out to them during the times that you need help in the processing of your emotional pain. They will guide you on what to do. Usually it's just the four things. Make sure, but there is a little bit more, like you want to make sure that you're not identifying as the victim. There's more space between you and the pain. This is why I do recommend that you come and study properly the courses if you haven't. But if you can't afford a course, take the help free service of my team. Email them, they will guide you on what to do while on the journey of healing your emotional pain using mindfulness. So let me know if this video was of value for you. If yes, tell me in the chat. And of course, there is another video coming up after this one on a very powerful but very painful topic, and that is validation. Validation, trying to get to be liked by people, to get validated by people, and that whole journey. So we'll be doing a whole video on validation. So that's coming up next after this. So if you want to stay connected to knowledge like this, please let me know by hitting the like button that you like this kind of content. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Let me know. I want, like I mentioned in the last time as well, I want you to comment because I want to feel connected to you. I want to feel that there's a community listening and taking notes. I don't have to do this. I don't have to be on YouTube. I don't have to be giving paid content out here for free. I don't have to, but I want to because I want you to have it. But I need to know who you are. So let me know in the comments. Who are you? Did you like the video? What are you taking back from this? And I look forward to seeing you in another video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and namaste.